Have you seen this new pathway from Alberta? Have you looked into it? Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Greta and I am a Nigerian currently pitching her tent somewhere in Canada as a permanent resident. I'm excited to be here once again. This is not the video I was supposed to send out this week. I had another video I'd already done I was supposed to send out this week, but a friend reached out to me, a dear friend, and she was like, haven't you told me about the new Alberta pathway? You better go make a video on it. And guys, I have lots of people that send me messages on this YouTube channel and that give me that extra ginger I need. So here I am. I told her, yes ma, I'm at your service. I'm gonna make research and make a video on it. And while making research on it, I became so excited. Like, I reached out to as many people I know that live in Canada. Like, have you seen this new pathway from Alberta? Have you looked into it? Like, it's a great one and it's for a short duration. So guys, I'm just going to quickly talk about this new Alberta pathway. Let's get into the video. The government of Alberta just recently launched a new immigration pathway, which is called the expression of interest pathway. Previously, Alberta would go into the express entry pool to invite candidates themselves. Like, once you're creating your profile, you will be advised to indicate that you want Alberta to send you a notification of interest. But currently, they just introduced another pathway called the expression of interest. In this pathway, candidates go to indicate their interest. They apply, they fill out application form and express their interest in wanting to come settle in Alberta. And then if they go through your profile, ranking it against some criteria, and they find you okay, then they send you invitation to apply. It's a great opportunity for people in Canada, people outside Canada, students. This pathway is generally called the Alberta Advantage Immigration Pathway. I have my tablet here that I'll be getting information from because I want to get the facts. I don't want to miss out on anything. We'll be talking about what the program is about. We'll be talking about the duration because there's a time limit to this wonderful opportunity. We're going to be talking about the pathways and the requirements. We're going to be talking about the point grid system, and finally we're going to be talking about the application process because I tried it yesterday and I was blown away. I've already given like a snippet of what this new pathway is all about. So guys, let's look at the pathways and the requirements. The pathways available for this program would be family connection and primary occupation in demand, dedicated healthcare pathway, and then you have the accelerated tech pathway, you have the law enforcement pathway, you have priority sectors which cover agriculture, construction, tourism, and hospitality. And yeah, these are the pathways that are involved in this program. Another great thing about this pathway, about this program, is the English test requirement. You are required to have CLB 6 or higher. So if you have CLB 6, that gives you a good point. Like, that gives you the maximum point on the point grid system. If you also have French, that's a good one. So let's look at the factors. I'll be reading from the Alberta website and I'll put the information here. The factors that increase your chances of selection. It says your chances of receiving a notification of interest letter or preference from the AIP may increase if you have an Alberta job offer, if you are a graduate of a Canadian post-secondary institution, if you have a parent, child, or sibling who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident living in Alberta, if French is your first language. Hey, Alberta is also looking at French. And guys, the CLB required for this French is CLB 6 also, not 7 or 8 like the general express entry program requires, right? And then if your express entry profile is valid for more than 5 months. If you claimed any of these factors in your express entry profile at the time you received your notification of interest letter, your application may be assessed against them. So guys, let's quickly look at the family connection. So it says AIP will be conducting draws based on the based on the principal applicant having a parent, child, or sibling living in Alberta who is at least 18 years of age and a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, and that the primary occupation, regardless of where the applicant is currently living, is an occupation in demand in Alberta. Guys, like, the one that really interests me the most for the people I know that are currently living here is still to come. We'll get to that aspect. So for the dedicated healthcare pathway, based on available profile information in the Federal Express Entry portal, Alberta may select candidates and send them a notification of interest letter in their Federal Express Entry profile. Updated, it goes ahead to say some other information. I'll put the link in my description box so that you can also check it out yourself. So it says for persons whose primary occupation is in an eligible national occupational classification, that's NOC. They classify their occupations here according to codes. You have a valid verifiable job offer from an Alberta employer in the health sector, and you have provide verifiable proof of meeting the minimum requirements prescribed by the applicable regulatory organization, because the healthcare system is regulated here, right? So it goes ahead to state some eligible occupations under healthcare. I'll be putting this information also. For the accelerated tech pathway, you need to meet the minimum requirement of the Alberta Express Entry stream set above. You need to go read that. You're working full-time in Alberta under an employment contract, or you have a bona fide job offer signed by you and your employer. You have valid immigration status, as work permit or implied status. Implied status, if you're working in Alberta for your Alberta employer at the time of AIP application, the primary application in your Express Entry profile is the same occupation as your current Alberta employment or job offer. So guys, the following individuals are not eligible to apply. They go on to state the individuals are not eligible to apply. As you can see on the screen, part-time, casual, or seasonal employees, regardless of their working hours and all of those things. Then they have the one for law enforcement pathway, and then we have commission, police investigators, police officers. Then you have the priority sectors, which includes agriculture, construction, tourism, and hospitality. Based on available profile information in the Federal Express Entry portal, Alberta may select candidates and send them a notification of interest letter in their Federal Express Entry profile. Priority may be given to candidates with a verifiable Alberta job offer from a legitimate, established, and verifiable business in Alberta, or whose primary occupation is in demand. Other Alberta Express Entry stream selections and other streams nominations will complement the selections targeting this specific sector. For these priority sectors, you can either have a valid and verifiable job offer from an employer in Alberta, or having your occupation in demand, then also having some particular requirements in other factors on the point grid system would also increase your chances. This is another interesting thing I found about it. Yes, for people outside Canada, you need an Express Entry profile, right? And also for some particular individuals in Canada too. But another thing I discovered is that for people that are in Canada that probably have work permit, right, you do not necessarily need to have an Express Entry profile, but you need to have taken the English test, because English test is very important for you to be able to create this profile. I'll quickly touch on the points grid system. I'll put the information here too for you to see. The maximum you get is 100 points. Currently, we do not know what the points for the first draw, and they are looking at making the first draw mid-October. The first one would be for education. For that one, you'll be getting a total of 22 points. So if you have a doctorate degree, you get 12 points, master's 10, bachelor's 7, trade certificate or diploma 7, diploma certificate 4, secondary school and lower, you get 0. Now, you get extra points, extra 10 points, if you have completed your education in Alberta. So the location of highest level of education completed in Canada. If you completed your education in Alberta, you get 10 points. Also, if you completed your education in another province in Canada outside Alberta, you get 6 points. For language, you get a total of 13 points. For CLB 6 or higher, you get For English, you get 10 points. For French, you get 8 points. And now, there is an extra 3 points you get for being bilingual. So let's say you have CLB 6 or higher in your English, which gives you 10 points, and then you are bilingual, you submit a French result, you get an extra 3 points, making it 13 points. So you max out on language. Then you also have the work experience. For that, you get a total of 21 points. For 12 or more months, that's for all experiences accumulated in Canada and abroad. Now you have age, so the point grade system for age. We come over to the family connection in Alberta. So having a family in Alberta, family member, it says, must be your parent, grandparent, child, grandchild, sibling, aunt, uncle, niece, or nephew. Points are not awarded for family members, for family connections for your in-laws. The next factor on the points grade system would be the Alberta job offer. So as you can see, we have the job offer for permanent full-time employment in Alberta. You get 10 points for that, maximum 10 points. Job offer to work in select Alberta rural communities or sector, you get maximum 6 points for that. So it says endorsement letter from a designated community in rural renewal stream, 6 points. Job offer for the tourism and hospitality sector from an employer who is a member of a required sector association under the tourism and hospitality stream, 6 points. And job offer in a law enforcement occupation from an employer who is a member of the Alberta Association of Chiefs of Police, 6 points. Then under that factor, we also have Alberta job offer location, and then for Calgary, Edmonton, you get 00, boy rural renewal stream designated community, you get 5 points for that. So that's on the points grid system. The first thing you need to do after arming yourself with all of this information is creating an account with the government of Alberta. Or you can have a basic account. Usually there is the basic account and the verified account. Verified account will need you to have like an ID in with the government of Alberta, but you don't really need to have the verified account. Having a basic account will do for you to create an expression of interest and send in your expression of interest. So what I did was I tried using my own account to create a profile for this pathway. This was what I achieved. It was about 9 p.m. yesterday when I logged in, and this was what I got. It says you have a place in line, and the time you're seeing there is Alberta time. So it says you have a place in line. There was one person ahead of me, and after a while, I was given access. So when I got in, I clicked on the second one that says create new expression of interest for workers. The first one is for entrepreneurs. So I clicked on that, and then you will see background information talking about eligibility and all of those things with other information. Then it went ahead to ask me the pathway I was interested in. Said I'm interested in the following pathway. So once you click on this arrow here to bring down a drop down box, which will show you all the pathways. The first one I picked was family because I wanted to do it on behalf of, I wanted to see what it would get someone that has like a sibling or a family in Alberta. Then it asked me it says, do you have a valid work permit issued by IRCC? For the work permit, I clicked no, and the express entry profile, I clicked no, but I went back to click yes for the work permit because I wanted to see what it would give me. Then it asked for education. Sorry about the background noise, guys. I hope I'm able to filter it out. It asked for education. It asked if I had completed my credential assessment. That's for people that scored outside the country, right? Then it asks, these are the information. Then it just gives background information for the language. And then it asks you to put your English proficiency. So this time around, for this application, you will not be putting your exact score for all the competencies for the English test or for the French test. You will just be putting your CLB. So it's up to you to go determine your CLB, right? You can go to Google and you will see the CLB classification. There you'll be able to tell what CLB your score falls under. Then you get to put your work experience. I have 6 months or more work experience in Alberta. I have 6 months or more work experience in other provinces outside Alberta. You get to put your age and all other things. Family in Alberta, job offer, What else? Location of job offer. There you have it, and it gives you other information. Then at the end, it gives you like a declaration, candidate's declaration, and there you have it. After you submit, you would then get the points. The total point is 100, right? So after you put all of your information, your point will be graded based on the following factors, and then you would get your final point. Currently, like I said earlier, we do not know what the initial draw would be like. It's over 100. We do not know what the first one would be, maybe 70 or 80. No one knows. But if this is something you really qualify for, anyone that qualifies for it, guys, just let them put in an application. So guys, a final statement, I'm just going to say that this is a very good opportunity. If you know anyone that probably just finished their program here in Canada, even though they're not living in Alberta, they do not know what chance they have considering the recent changes the government has thrown in, just tell them to apply. Let them put in an application. Or even if you are not in Nigeria, even if you are not in Canada, just throw in that application. I hope you already have an Express Entry profile. I hope I didn't miss out any information I planned to throw out. Thank you very much, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share to as many you know will be interested in it. This is a great opportunity, and please, once again, subscribe. I have exams coming up, but out of my busy schedule, I had to do this video. So support your girl. Support this girl, please. Thank you very much, guys. And until the next video, bye-bye.
Oh, my Lord, it's been quiet on this mountain. I ain't seen in the ocean.